Not recording, yeah.
If you don't, the devil will get
Not
your
recording, yeah.
holes.
The devil will get your holes. Jesus Christ.
You should have been recording the entire time.
I thought you were about to say the entire night.
Why?
I don't
You should have
know.
been recording the entire
night.
Sleep on the table, record it. I want to make a paranormal, kind of like Paranormal Activity, but just where nothing happens the entire movie.
No.
It's just like 2.5 hours of surveillance of nothing.
Dude,
Keep making it seem like something's going to happen, and then nothing does.
it's deaf people and
Deaf people.
deaf. I said that.
You said
It's a
deaf.
death.
It's deaf people, and then the ghost. Like every time the ghost tries to show them something, they just so happen to turn and look away.
Right, like they don't actually see what's happening. Isn't
Yeah.
that in a scary movie?
But the
I don't
entire
remember.
movie, the ghosts are trying to scare these people, but they never see anything.
They'd probably eventually feel vibrations, but, you know.
I'll probably be like, why are my keys on? Why are they in the fridge?
What's up, y'all? Milltown Productions here. We're back to watch the final episode of
Our channel.
Yeah, the very last one.
This is the last thing we're ever doing, guys. We are breaking up. We actually just had a huge fight before this.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I'm taking the kids.
and we're going to sleep angry
we've been sleeping in separate bedrooms.
Yeah.
And
for quite a while now. We've just had to finally accept it.
that's right.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
This bro voice is about to be final.
my bro voice is, finally came in today. So today we are finally finishing our second show.
Yes, we are.
Second what?
Something on that screen went and
Oh.
disappeared as soon as you did that.
Our second mini-series from
Yes.
the Flananigan.
Mickle Flanagan.
Hey man, you got Mickle?
I like my Mickleback. Now, this took a lot longer than it did for Midnight Mass. Not just because there's more episodes, but I mean, we had more double features where we were able to watch more Midnight Mass in, one sitting at a time.
Yeah.
One sitting at a time. I feel like it's a little redundant. But,
I feel like it's because you two were less busy when we did Midnight Mass.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But now, the culmination of Bly.
Yes.
Which one of you predicted that Danny was going to die here? Because we know that she's within the grasps of the Lady in the Lake.
I think I did. Yeah, I did, and he said she's not going to die.
So there's a trend here because all throughout Midnight Mass, Brandon had this, they're going to die. And Jason was like, they're going to live.
Well,
And it's carried over into Bly Manor as well. I think it's that you're hopefully, you're optimistic, and he's a bit more pessimistic.
I'm a realist.
Oh, okay.
yeah. But I did eventually end up making the prediction that they're all gonna
Yeah.
after it got bad.
But
That's right.
I think one of you even said for this show, pretty much everyone's going to die.
I think he did, yeah.
Because the narrator, which I have confirmed through the accent in the last episode, is either the gardener or I'm a fucking idiot.
Okay.
But I really hope that it is because
The only
I'm gonna
thing
sound like
is,
an idiot.
because when you say that, there are certain words that the narrator says that I'm like, that sounds so fucking Scottish.
Right.
And then the majority of her accent, though, does not seem Scottish to me. Or it's kind of like a Gordon Ramsay Scottish, where it's like,
Well, it's like
he's from Scotland,
most of the
but
sentence is not at
Yeah.
all Scottish sounding, but then it's like one word in that sentence
Yes.
will be, and you're like, wait a second.
yeah.
So that's what I've been kind of trying to cue on. But I think she's like, this is not my story to tell, so I am assuming that everyone else dies.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, the only person with a Scottish accent is Peter
Is the
Quinn.
gardener.
Peter Quint and the gardener.
Oh, she had a Scottish
Jamie.
accent?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it could.
It's like slight.
Yeah. It could be maybe argued that it's Irish, but it seems a lot more Scottish to me than anything.
I don't even know if she's trying to like do a Scottish accent. I don't even know if she's from the UK, but
No idea. I know that the actress that plays the narrator is not.
really?
Yeah. The one that plays the narrator. But we've also barely seen her.
Right.
And
Well, we've seen her one time.
yeah. I think it would have been nice to have seen her a little bit more throughout. Like
Right,
seeing her
flashback to her.
Yeah, telling that story because you almost forget what the setting that she's in is.
Because it's a wedding party.
Yes. And what I guess it's like the reception afterwards. And now she's like telling the story, I think, even to the bride and the groom and then the rest of the like group that's there. So it's so easy for me to forget that like that's actually what's happening because we spend the rest of the show in flashback.
Yeah, see, I wish they would well, I say flashback, but flashback to reality. I just want to see the reactions of the people as she's telling the story and like barely, I don't know. I feel like it would give it more of a storytelling vibe if it would go back.
I would say it's safe to assume that since now we're on the last episode, we'll probably see the narrator again.
Yep.
Finishing the story.
If we
More
didn't,
than likely.
I'd be like, what the fuck?
What was the point of that?
We never know who it is.
Dude.
I forgot about it halfway through.
Yeah. They still have her narrating episodes, but which actually I think this last episode, episode 9 was like, or episode 8 was the most we've had her narrate. She narrated
Yes.
so much of that episode.
While everyone else just had facial expressions for the most part.
Yeah. I'm happy that we're finally getting to this episode because, like, my first time watching, episode 7 happened, Danny got grabbed, and I was like, oh, shit. Then episode 8 happened, and I was like, this is cool, but what the fuck is happening with Danny?
And then it flashes back to Danny, like, about to get grabbed, and ends again on that same
Same exact spot.
Like, mother, god damn it!
Yeah. You guys have any final thoughts before we jump in and figure out how this ends? Well, I guess let's figure out how this all ends, guys.
Fine.
Jesus. Blam!
Aye.
I loved you, Owen.
What a life we could have had.
Oh, Owen, wouldn't it be wonderful? I prefer it here. I stay with you.
I know, love. You have to help me. Out there. You must help all of us. Out there. In here, I'm you. This isn't me. This is just you.
Not me.
Not Hermione.
You have loved me, but you don't want me to be her. We both know you're not so selfish. To remain hidden in a memory.
Is Hannah gonna help Danny?
Let her go!
So what? Can she really not help?
I fucking love the song that put like the music here for the Lady in the Lake.
How is Danny still alive?
I was gonna say she's been struggling for a hot minute. Doesn't look like she is anymore.
She's still moving her hand.
Yeah, she's just barely clinging.
Let her go.
Oh, she's gonna let her go and grab Flora to walk back to the lake with her in her arms. Please be dead.
You know what's weird is that they said that the Lady in the Lake was forgot what child she was trying to go back to.
Right. Seems like she might be remembering.
Oh no, come on. Dude, Flora's gonna drown.
Owen. Oh no, never mind. I forgot he was on his way. Yep.
Put her down!
Uncle Henry!
I said put her down!
Put your hand in her mouth.
He just died?
That was a lot quicker than Danny took to fucking.
Well, it seemed like she was actually like squeezing a lot more.
Well. Oh, now Owen. Fuck.
That was a gardener.
And Owen.
The lake. They need you at the lake.
Hope you can swim, Owen. Oh, motherfucker. I thought
They were already in.
Yeah.
You won't feel it. I'll feel it for you. You let me handle this part.
You
killing me.
Soon, Flora would find herself dream-hopping endlessly at Bly. And it would have all gone that way had not the au pair, in that critical moment, said what she said.
I swear to God.
Something she did not entirely understand, but something she felt.
It's you! It's me! It's us!
Bruh.
It's us.
Episode ends.
It's gonna be Viola inside the au pair.
Do you feel that? Please tell Owen I'm sorry. Tell him I love him. It's just...
Oh, the spirits are fading away. Motherfucker, because there's no tether to the...
Blake Doctor just left. Peter Quint just left.
Huh.
Yeah, there's no gravity anymore.
Owen also disappears. We're like, what the fuck? He was a ghost this whole time.
I'm so sorry, Miles. I'm sorry.
No! It's okay.
Did you notice her eyes are different color? You're gonna have to drown her.
Oh my god.
Hannah, where's Hannah?
Aww.
Your father taught me how to do this.
That's where I get chill bumps.
My favorite
Fuck.
was when he taught me how to sew patches into the knees of my trousers.
Daddy knew how to sew.
Oh, very well, in fact. I'll tell you all the stories I've got.
Your son?
I feel her. So quiet. It's so quiet. She's in here.
Is Danny talking or is Viola talking?
Part of her. It's rage. She's waiting. At some point, she's gonna take me.
Do you want company? Or you wait for your beast in the jungle?
The most solemn of all swears.
The pinky swear.
No one's noticed her fucking 2 different colored eyes in the show?
I guess not. Maybe it's something that's simply just for us to notice,
I guess.
but I thought that was in the show for a minute. And someone's just like kissing someone's forehead over and over.
Man, they lived out their happy life until fucking Lady in the Lake took over.
So, Jesus.
She's gonna be in the middle of doing something like really fun, and Lady in the Lake like
sex.
Oh my god.
anything. I don't know. Lady in the Lake's gonna be like, "Damn, that looks fun. Let me take over for a minute." And then like she never gets her body back.
Well, I don't think it'd be sex then. Well, I don't know. 'Cause
Maybe.
Lady in the Lake hasn't gotten any in a long time.
They're doing that, and then all of a sudden she's like, and he's like, "Oh, we've never done that before. What the fuck?"
Drags her all the way from America back to the lake.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
That'd be something.
That'd be fucked.
That'd be an awful
The
ending.
lake's all dried up at that point.
What would she do?
I don't know.
Just stand there in an empty lake bed.
Yeah.
Well, but I think it's weird how, like, everything is resolved in this episode within like the first 10 minutes. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, bro, what?
and now we just have the lingering issue of, oh, she still has the Lady in the Lake in her, but just when is that gonna affect her?
We've got 29 minutes of flashing between Owen and, Owen and Henry and the kids and them, and seeing how their lives are as they get old until we get back to the narrator.
Okay.
Which, Well, it's definitely they offered a resolution.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Still feel.
And that peace held for years, which is more than some of us ever get.
Not good to
Are
leave
you
the
gonna
water
talk?
running while you wash the dishes. They're soaking.
Jesus! Are you okay?
The sink overflowing.
This one's been
gone.
haunted by reflections
It's okay.
forever.
We're gonna be okay. We could have so many more years
Holy shit.
together.
You just saying that reminded me, like, the show started with her not being able to look in mirrors because
Right.
she would always see
Reflection.
of her
Her
husband.
fiance, yeah.
And now she can't look into reflections because now she sees this other spirit that's haunting her.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Been haunted by reflections
That's-
for a long time.
That sucks.
There's some deep shit right there.
Long periodically time.
When is she gonna turn?
Into a
she's
vampire.
Yeah.
I'll marry her again when we can.
Did she commit
Looks like
suicide?
that's enough for now.
No. No.
Nah, bro, she's just recreating the
Danny.
lake.
Oh, she was looking.
Danny. Danny. Danny.
Do you see her? I only see you.
She wakes. She walks. She sleeps. Whoa.
So now, she's not there. She realized it was getting too far out of control and she had to go. So she walked into traffic.
Jesus Christ.
The beast had lurked indeed, and the beast, at its hour, had sprung.
Sprung.
I hope she explains why.
You, me, us, us. Take me with you, she cried in her heart. Drag me down like you did the others. But the lady in the lake was different now. The lady in the lake was also Danny. And Danny wouldn't. And no one has been taken to this day. Years would go by.
Jamie
As
is
she slept
the
underneath the
narrator,
water,
isn't she?
the au
Explains
pair's
the water in
memories
the
would
bathtub
fade,
and sink whenever
like
she-
Viola
When
before
the show
her.
first started.
Like the children,
And her
she
door was
too
open
would
just a
forget
crack.
her past.
Fuck.
But she won't be hollow nor empty, and she won't pull others to her fate. She will merely walk the grounds of Bly,
That's the
harmless as a dove.
That was a crazy story and all, but who are you?
I'm sorry. I told you.
It's a
The
long
story
one.
wasn't exactly short.
Yeah, how many days have passed in real time?
My God. So is it true?
Perhaps you'd see her, though no way to know when she's awake or asleep.
Christ, is that the time? Big day tomorrow. Let's get some rest.
It was the rehearsal.
Why did he just glare at her? Tell him my story, bitch.
I thought you might be making it up just off that name.
That name?
My middle name is Flora.
Is that right?
Good night.
Good night.
But is that enough to say that that was Florida? Flora?
Florida?
Shut up.
I don't know if they're in Florida. And also, no, she had a fucking American accent.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Well, she went to America when she was 12, so it's very possible
And
that
then
her
forgot everything that happened, so maybe...
Yeah.
And there's Henry.
Which one is Miles?
I fucking love Sheryl Crow right there.
Yeah.
Wait. That's Miles and that's...
Owen.
That doesn't even make sense that that would be Owen.
No.
They did a terrible job with that one.
Yeah.
Ought to be. Just waiting for her to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Plot twist. She does come back.
Resident Evil.
Well, Bly Manor is officially over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
You go ahead.
Midnight Mass was better. I liked Bly
Okay.
Manor, but Midnight Mass had a better exit than Bly Manor did.
I liked when everyone was dead. More
Well, I
than
didn't-
grown.
I didn't like that everyone was dead. But
This one technically had a semi-happy ending.
yeah.
It was really only Danny
Meant to
that,
make you feel good, I guess, at the end.
Yeah.
because whenever she was sitting there sleeping, you'd see Danny's hand on her shoulder. So, so technically, she does come back
At the very end right there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice that.
You know, she was laying there, and then when it zoomed out, Danny's hand was there, and you could see the ring on her finger.
Because she died right there.
I mean, I
that
know she
night.
died. No.
Yep, Jamie died right there in that chair.
Oh God!
That's how she was able to finally see her again.
Yeah, it's from not using a pillow in that hard ass fucking chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Like, I think it was good. I don't have many complaints, but I do think Midnight Mass was better.
Okay. Okay.
This was probably my least enjoyed episode of the show.
Okay.
But not that I hated the episode.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely did hate the casting of Owen's older self.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
That was lazy.
Very lazy.
I think they could have easily just taken
Owen? Yes.
and just made him look older.
Made his mustache a little more
Yeah.
peppery.
Yeah. Yeah, there's certain casting choices that they make in Hill House as well for older characters that I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I mean, all you have to do is take that person and make them look older. I mean, yeah. I mean, for Miles and Flora, just, put them on stilts. Like,
okay, well, those I can see recasting.
I know.
But like, do what you did with the Doctor's mom in Midnight Mass, where it started the show off and she looked really old. It looked awful, but at least it was the same fucking person.
Well, it wouldn't have looked as awful with Owen because he's older.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been as bad in reverse. Like, have them normal the entire show, and then, like, old in the
As
end.
we know, old people are not normal.
Younger throughout
Yeah.
the entire show, and then at the end, make them old.
Yeah.
That
with
is
time.
better than having mostly old and gradually get younger.
Yeah. I think because the show has a similar theme for the first 7 episodes, and then it changes with episode 8 with going huge flashback to the origin. And even though it's an interesting episode, it's still kind of like jarring. And then the final episode, it's like, all right, we're finally back. We're going to see what happens. And everything gets resolved within the first 10 minutes. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's such a different pace than everything else.
It finishes the story too early in the last episode, and then has like the too long of
Epilogue.
Yeah.
I would say the epilogue was for sure. This episode I think was the only one that I really enjoyed the music in.
Yeah.
In this show, but that's a huge part for me. So Midnight Mass music,
great,
1,000 times better, 1,000 times better. Midnight Mass I had some complaints with, mainly because of my boy Joe.
Yeah.
But
Joe.
Also, there was some other shit that I was like, man, but I still liked it overall. Very much so. I like this show overall, very much so.
Yeah.
I like the music of the last episode. I didn't quite enjoy all of the story from the last episode.
Okay. Jason had jumped ahead because I was going to ask you guys each, which one did you like more so far between the miniseries, and he's already said Midnight Mass. Do you have one that tops the other overall, or?
I like this one more. I like the sound. I like the music a lot better in Midnight Mass. I liked the
I like to move it.
acting the same between them, but I liked the characters more in this than like I did not care for Riley in the last one. I didn't actually really care for Aaron in the last one, but the rest of the people I enjoyed, but in this one, I pretty much liked everyone, even though Danny kind of annoyed me a lot sometimes.
I think that there's a lot less characters for you to hate in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in Midnight Mass, it's kind of like, obviously, there's Bev, and then she creates like a legion of people that you're like, I hate all of you.
Yeah.
The Legion of Doom.
Whereas in this one, it's like, yeah, Peter's a piece of shit, but then you also learn
kind of relatable.
You learn a little bit more about him, and you're like, oh, now I kind of feel bad for you too, but you're still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's really the only hateable person until episode 8, where you're like, wow, these people fucking murdering their sisters and shit, and fucking their husbands, and hot damn.
Yeah.
But even then, I didn't hate anyone in that episode. I didn't hate either sister.
I didn't like Viola.
I mean,
the slapping was what really. I was like,
yeah.
oh, you fucked. Oh, please kill her, and then she did.
It was one of those things where like I had to kind of like be like, yeah, but she has been just locked away, miserable for all this time, and she keeps thinking that her sister's about to try and get with her husband, which she eventually did.
Yep.
That's right.
So I was kind of like, I get it, but don't fucking hit me.
That's right. Like, you think I'm gonna get with your husband? I'm damn sure am now.
Oh God! Right after I murder you. But yeah, this last episode, it's a bittersweet episode because, like you said, you get a lot of happy moments where, Owen gets to finally open his restaurant, but he doesn't have Hannah with him.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh well, Danny and Jamie get together, and then Danny dies. Oh shit, Miles and Flora went to America. They lost their British accents.
And all their memories. Apparently.
I personally don't like it that. So the Lady in the Lake was accepted into
Danny.
Danny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that when the Lady in the Lake finally took over, she decided to go back to the lake.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Was
That's
it
her
Danny
home.
that brought her to the lake, though?
No.
Well, I think
the narrator was like, Danny just couldn't
she
let
knew
herself be there.
She said that the time had come, and I think Danny did go back, but that's because think about this: Viola never wanted to leave the manor.
Right.
That's the only place she wanted to be, even after she died. So it would only make sense that she would go back.
But why would she go back and kill her vessel, basically?
Well, that's the only vessel she had. But she still wanted to be there.
Well, she could have been there, but still lived.
I think because she had gone 300 years of just doing that.
Yeah.
Because every time she saw her reflection, she was still just the Lady in the Lake. She hadn't come back. She hadn't turned back into Viola.
That's true.
So I think and I don't know how long it was that Danny was in the water, but she still looked perfectly fine. Not like, oh, she's all good. Like she's obviously at the bottom of a fucking lake.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was pretty much immediately because the narrator was like, she woke up and Danny had realized that she was almost fucking murdered her, so she was like, I need to go before this bitch fucking kills her. She could feel herself slipping away. I feel like Danny flew out to the fucking Bly Manor and drowned herself. Mm-hmm. But then I feel like it was literally like the next day that fucking Jamie was at the manor.
The thing is, Danny does something pretty selfless with that because she also has control over the Lady in the Lake in that situation.
Right.
Because she says nobody was ever taken again.
Yeah, she says Danny wouldn't let that happen because she was still part of Danny.
So Danny does that to save anyone else that would ever go there.
Yep.
Or if the Lady in the Lake took over while Danny was just anywhere and just started fucking choking people.
Like she almost did with fucking Jamie.
So if someone died at the manor, would the gravity still keep them there? Because the Lady in the Lake is back in the lake.
But her spell had been broken.
Because she was still bound to Danny.
So unless she was to recast that spell somehow.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't think she would be able to because, again, she's bound to Danny. And I still think that Danny was in control at the last moment and killed herself.
So really, she has the Lady in the Lake trapped.
Right.
At the bottom of the lake, just sitting there.
That's nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because she still had one blue eye, one brown eye at the end, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I was like...
I saw you, look up,
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yay, that was good.
So the lake, it's so clear.
Yeah.
Like
Whenever they're in the water.
Yeah, it's very unrealistic, but I know they did it obviously for recording purposes, so
Storytelling purposes,
So
yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But I would love to dive in a fucking lake that clear.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That would be cool. So let's just do thoughts of not just this episode, but as the entire show. Like, obviously, we all have agreed we like it.
Yeah.
I also agree that with you that I think that Midnight Mass was better for me. I enjoyed it more. But again, I still really like this show. I still think it's very good. We did a scaredometer for Midnight Mass, right?
I think so.
I think so, but I don't.
I think we did.
I
But
don't have it.
it doesn't matter.
I think you did 10.3. Obviously not because you don't do decimals.
So we can do a scaredometer for this show. Who wants to go?
I'll go
Okay.
0.6.
No.
0.6.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. 'Cause there was definitely times where it was kind of scary, like whenever Peter Quinn turned around and like.
I didn't give it a 0.
Are you really giving it a 0.6 though?
Yeah, I am. That was like the least scary thing we've ever watched.
No.
Yeah.
Hostage.
I still probably would think that was more scary than this. Just because of the opening scene where the dude murders his kid and wife and
I mean, I'm not gonna give it a high number, but I don't think it deserves a point.
well, that's why you're wrong.
Well, what are you going to give it?
I will give it a 4.
Yeah, I was going to go with either 2 or 3. And I
Yeah.
think I'm going to be generous and give it a 3. Just because of how much I actually enjoy the scenes with the lady in the lake whenever she comes and grabs people. And I love the music that's playing. Like, it makes it sound so ominous.
I
and
do
like
love the music right there.
that shit, I love it. And then also, I did enjoy it first, before we understood what it was, whenever Danny would look in the reflections and see her fiance behind her. I enjoyed that stuff too.
Yeah,
So
that's
because of those, I gave it a 3. But that's it. The show is mainly focused on drama rather than the scariness,
cool. Yup.
which is a common theme with Mike Flanagan's work.
What did you give it?
0.6.
Oh, yeah.
7.6,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty sure Midnight Mass got a higher rating than that for the scariness.
Understandably.
But
Well, Midnight Mass had a good jump scare on us.
this one had a good jump scare in episode 8 whenever she held up
it's
the dress.
It's a good jump scare, but I don't think it actually got us.
Bitch, okay. I watched both y'all go. Shit.
Midnight Mass.
No,
No,
in
Midnight
Bly
Mass,
Manor.
you were like, oh my god!
No.
That was
And this one, you were like,
so. It
and I
was,
was too.
yeah, both of y'all jumped at the one in episode 8.
Okay.
But I'll tell you this right now. Slight spoiler alert, not about story, but Hill House has the best jump scare I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not gonna tell you when it is. So
Brandon, you're good. You're good.
Someone just tap the table whenever I'm good. Okay.
You're so.
I should have chose something else because you're always tapping the table.
All right, so we enjoyed this show. We enjoyed Midnight Mass. We're
sure.
eventually going to watch Hill House. I don't know exactly what the plan is before that,
Planning a mannequin.
but we look forward to it because I fucking love Hill House and can't wait to show it to these two.
Yeah, I love it too. I haven't even seen it and I love it. Want to make love to
Well, you're going to love it because you get your boy Joe back. So
That's right. Joe Mama.
Got him. I'm disgusted. Well, we'll bid you a farewell. Hopefully you come along and watch Hill House with us and anything else that we're watching. Go ahead and throw a comment down below talking about what you thought about the show. If you thought it was scary, certain parts that you thought were sad or anything, just your overall feelings of it. And we'll get back to you and have a nice conversation with y'all.
Yep,
So,
that's right.
but for now, I think we're going to bid you adieu and go watch something else.
Good day. Goodbye, Dad.
What?
What?
Bye, Daddy.
Daddy? Daddy? Oh, God. All right, I understand what they meant now. The guy on the right.
That was one person. That was one person.